Authentic advocacy really is about how companies relate to society around them. So as you try to open up new opportunities for the business or to deal with the challenges the business might face, in order to become an authentic advocate, you have to understand your point of view, you have to have a lot of empathy for other people's point of view, and you have to build a sort of a virtuous cycle of engagement to make sure you can reach out, include others in a sort of a give and take as you come to decisions, so it's not a surprise to them. So let me talk about when I worked at Shell as head of communications. One thing that I realized after a little while was that the one group that we didn't have top-level communication with was the heads of non-governmental organizations like Greenpeace, Amnesty International, WWF, and so on. So we made sure that the CEO plus a couple of members of the board and the chairman of the board met once a year in what they call an NGO summit. And this was a way to actually establish a dialogue at that level with heads of large global NGOs and the heads of the businesses within Shell. It was totally open, there was nothing secret about it, and in the end they ended up defining projects where they could work together. For example, in Alaska we were dealing with the issues of trying to get permission to drill for oil offshore, where we then worked with a couple of environmental NGOs to look at monitoring and so on and so forth. And that, I think, is unusual. It certainly is unusual for the oil and gas industry, and it has worked well for Shell, and they're still doing it there. So in Edelman, where I work as chairman in Europe and CIS, we help our clients engage in a number of different ways with stakeholders. One is through a practice area which we call business and social purpose, where you look at how the company how it sits in society, what needs it actually fulfills, and how you can build shared value with your stakeholders by engaging them. The other is a more general area called public engagement, which is the whole way to actually roll out, if you wish, the company's messages, but also listen to the different stakeholders that are out there. And that's really how Edelman tries to live this advocacy idea, to have good, shareable, likable content for the clients, and also help them find ways of engaging with stakeholders which they otherwise may not have thought of.